Hey, I'm so glad you're here for More Explore Tulsa. Check this out, Trish.
Oh, you got your driver's license renewed. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
No, right there. According to the state of Oklahoma, I have been officially deemed to have bro eyes.
Oh my gosh, it says you have brown eyes.
No. It says right here in an official sealed document of the state of Oklahoma, I am a bro in the OK. That makes me pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, real cool, but probably not as hip as our master craftsman, Kyle Jamar, who expresses his talent in all sorts of creative projects.
Yeah, my mom and dad were can-do-it people. I mean, if they wanted something, they built it. So I always got stuck with holding the dumb end of the stick or the paintbrush. Building a deck, packing bearings on trailers, cleaning stuff up, polishing stuff. And then my brother-in-law was also real influential. He was a car collector, so we always polished on cars. Racing, drag racing, stuff like that, messing around with carburetors, pulling, setting valves, and rebuilding engines. I was a hardwood flooring contractor for 15 years. And, I really started to get some cool tools. And then once oh man, I can get this tool, I can do this, awesome. And that's kind of how it started. And then I started messing around with old boats, and that was all she wrote. It started out with a bunch of hand tools, going to antique stores and finding old hand planes, nice set of chisels, and kind of expounding there. And then I took a welding class at the Votech, and that started the whole metal side of things. And before I knew it, I had a nice TIG machine, a good MIG machine, plasma cutters, band saws, and it just kind of grows. And then you got a collection of grinders, one for every occasion. It's a 1958 Airstream Overlander, and I bought it as an empty shell, and I put an Italian-made Forno Bravo wood-fired oven in it. And from there, being a wood floor guy, I could buy wood flooring cheaper than I could linoleum, so why not? Next thing I know, we've got a herringbone floor in it. Well, if it's got a herringbone floor, it deserves mahogany cabinetry and butcher block countertops. And then it just kind of escalated from there, and then everything needed to be polished and mirrored out, and all the systems just top flight. I think it's going to be sold to either someone that retired very well and wants to do a little side job, or it's going to go to someone that tailgates an awful lot. It is kind of the ultimate tailgater. Right now we've got a 55 Airstream going on, and it doesn't look like much, but it's going to be a mobile bar. I'm way excited about this. The sides are going to gull wing open, and they're going to do private catering and parties. It just kind of, each piece speaks to you. I was commissioned to build a early 1800s Korean blanket chest, and the joinery was all dovetail, and then the trick was to make it look old out of new wood. So it had quite the antiquing process going on. And then we did a bunch of hammer forged steel and turned it to bronze and coated it. And the cool thing about it sits at the foot of a bed, and when the lady turns her TV on, it pops out. So it's totally nondescript television hiding in an old cabinet. Another lady recently brought me just a huge stack of walnut and asked me to make a farm table out of it. So that was the challenge, is figuring out how to work around all the cracks and the knots and everything else and make it work. I'm really grateful. I've had jobs, and the wood floors I enjoyed. I mean, at least I was my own boss. But, and there was some reward whenever we got to do the fun floors, but day in, day out, it was production work. We worked for 85 active builders at one point, and it was a huge operation, and it was a lot of responsibility. We had a lot of guys working for us, and so we had a lot of mouths to keep fed, and the pressure was just overwhelming at times. So to step away from that paycheck also, and really kind of reevaluate what I wanted. I enjoyed being in my shop, and I got cranky when I had to leave. And it was at that point I realized I need to move on. It's time. So I found this space here downtown and made the big move. And there's been tough days, but it's all worth it. I'm pretty blessed, and I get to work for really cool people that want me working for them. It's not a have-to situation. Everybody that brings me something really wants it, and they desire this object, so that makes you feel pretty good.